Hello and welcome to Sandy Bay 1.1 update map tour. So I thought I'd just do a quick video. It's only going to be a quick video just to update everyone on what the map is. I know I've been playing it on my Let's Plays, so I'm going to have to start a new game, so I thought I'd just give a little update and we can learn maybe together what changes have happened. The first thing I've noticed is when I loaded this game up, for some reason the clarity looking out over to the bay from the farm looks a lot better. It definitely something's different and it looks better in itself. It looks like the texture's a lot more, I don't know, pixelated maybe, I don't know, but it definitely looks better. Yeah, there will have to be a new save game if you want to start this again with the update on, so you're going to have to do a new save game. But the main thing for me is it now supports the forage extension. That for me is a game changer. The amount of different feeds now that you can obviously put into your feed mixer and obviously generate from your crops and stuff like that. There's so many. Even I'm trying to get my head around them now. And I spent about 7 years of my life testing animal feeds. So some of these I don't even know. But I noticed that I've plonked some down and I've kind of tried to figure out what they are. You've got your normal grass and obviously the grass silage, but you've now got whole crop silage, fresh whole crop. You've got your different mazes, so you've got maize silage that's actually separated now from when it was just chaff in the pit. So you'd have to have separate pits for whole crop and then a separate pit for maize. And then when you're using the feed mixers, which is a lot more realistic, you can now obviously add these in to get a better rich diet for your animals. But I'll go through them, we'll use the development mod and we'll plonk them down and have a look at them. So first thing I'll do is I'll go to one of the fields. Right, so we're in field 31. We'll plonk down some of the new crops and have a look what they're like. So you've got clover, we may as well plonk that down and have a look at that. Probably at its growth stage. There you go. So that's clover. I know that you can now cut clover. You can cut it down and obviously ferment it. We'll show you here. So you've got alfalfa windrow fermented, which is different. I think fermented wasn't there. I know hay was, the hay windrow. But yeah, you've got clover hay, so you can make hay from it and you can make silage now from it. This is field grass, which is actually, looks like the amount of money that you get for the field grass is really good. I don't know if it replaces normal grass. I don't know. I'm not really sure if it's going to be put into a field and then it gives a better yield than a normal grass will do, if it's actually tailor-made to do silage from and stuff like that. I'm not sure, or if it's just a completely separate crop and it's not normal grass silage. I'm just trying to figure out, because I know that they use hybrid seeds, don't they, most farmers, for the grass that they put in. It gives obviously a better yield, more full. So yeah, I'll have to figure that out, trial and error. But yeah, so you can obviously with the clover you can do silage from it now, which is interesting, and hay. We'll put field grass in, and we'll have a look at that. So we'll put it at that stage because that's fully grown. So yeah, it looks really good. Really good textures on that. Really good. Now I know obviously from, it doesn't state if it's like field grass silage. I don't know if you just cut it, sell it as it is. It looks that way. I mean, there's carrots, onion. That's the straw harvest add-on. So you've got fresh maize now, maize silage, grass silage, and then silage grass. Now I don't know what the difference between them two is. Definitely going to have to figure out what that is, because I'm now intrigued to find out exactly what that does. If it's just a crop that we harvest and sell as grain, or as if it's, you know, a better type of grass to put in your fields. And then you can use a baler, or I don't know, or put it in a pit maybe. I don't know. We'll find out over time. So let's have a look at something else. Carrots. Let's have a look at carrots. So there's the carrots. So that's the same as potatoes. Remove the tops and harvest them like that. Nice textures there. definitely looks good. I mean, the good thing about these things, it's like having a free DLC, really. At the end of the day, all the amount of time and effort that Oxygen David must put in to make all these added crops and just implements in the map that he's done, the waves that he's done on the sea now that we'll go have a look at in a bit. You know, the amount of time and effort it must take to put that in, and the amount that it adds to a game. Normally you're paying for DLCs from giants that, you know, they're not cheap and they don't add that much to it, let's be honest. The machinery, you know, they add to it are good. The class DLC was good, but the amount that the class DLC was, and the fact that it was classified as the special edition, let's say, in the previous games that they've done, you know, they've added a lot more new maps and stuff, which this time there wasn't. So I have to take my hat off to the modders out there that are doing this, because it obviously adds a lot more to the game, and it's the reason why, you know, I've put nearly 800 hours into this game alone, because each time I get a mod it adds to it and it makes it better. So let's have a look at onions. See, I like that a lot. It's simple. It's definitely a simple textures going on there, but again, something else, another crop. You're not always doing the same type of crops that are in the vanilla game. You've got options now. Yeah, it looks really impressive. A cuttable hedge. Should we fill the whole field with hedges? Right. Right, so that's that. So as you can tell, obviously, from, I'm sure you know that he's put hedges in now that you can obviously plant yourself, and then you can cut them, so if you want to separate your fields off, which I think is a great idea. You can get a hedge trimmer that's actually still in testing with giants right now. This update was released today. Obviously we've got to be patient and wait for the hedge cutter itself, the actual piece of equipment that does this, because that's still in testing, but you never know, it could be out tomorrow, it might be a couple of days, not too long anyway. But yeah, you'll go over and cut these hedges at different lengths. As you notice then, the growth stages, there's 4, so this is fully grown. Let's see what the next one down from that is. Yep, so you can see they just, obviously as they're growing, eventually, you know, you might want to trim them down, make them look a bit neater. So you can see it's going down. Let's have a look at the first stage, see if it's just planted. Yep. So again, it just looks like you're going over with a planting probably just a normal, you know, planter, as if you were planting wheat or even just normal grass. You can plant it round at the edge, get a small width, and it'll look good. But yeah, that's brilliant. Right, so I've got over here the field grass. It's ready to harvest. I've plonked down some equipment. I need a mower. That should be the first thing we get, so let's just do that quickly. There we go. So we'll jump in this, and then I know it damages as well. See, it's gone down to like its first growth stage if you go over it, which is, I like that a lot. Instead of just actually killing it, just kind of takes the top off. Just unfold it. I'm just destroying the grass right now. There we go. And what we'll do is just cut a little bit. We'll make a few bales on their own, have a look at them, and then we'll make a few bales. If it does, we can yeah, wrap it up and see if it turns into silage over time. I mean, it's looking like it's mowing like normal grass, which makes me think that it isn't something that you just sell as grain. I might be completely wrong. You might just sell field grass as field grass. I have to say that mows good. It's also got custom sounds. I think it's 4D modding for that, if you're interested. Go on his Facebook page, that's where I get it all from. All his links are on there. He's a great modder as well. Right, so let's see if we can pick this up and make a bale out of it. I'm hoping we can, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, so it's picking up as grass. It doesn't state as field grass. So maybe it is just a case of you can sell it as field grass, but also if you want to bale it off, it's just going to be normal grass. You might get more for it. You know, you might get a bigger crop, which would be good. Right, so what I've done is I've reset the ground. We're going to do some more mowing. And we'll see how much we pick up. I mean, that wasn't really that much. See how much we can get. I think maybe I'm used to just the windrows of a bigger mower, and then obviously I'm windrowing in. This mower, I love this mower. And the custom sounds on it are brilliant. So we'll just go do maybe a circle. Right, so we're back in this. So yeah, it's just normal grass bale. So you could plant field grass, and it looks like you can obviously then just bale it off as grass and then make silage from it, I'm guessing. So I don't think there's anything different from it. I know the alfalfa, I know that's obviously different texture, and you can make that is separated just like the clover is now. We can do a few of them. I might be able to just spawn one in. If I can just do that, we can have a quick look. I didn't want this video to be too long, and I want to go down to the bay and have a look at the waves and all that stuff. You notice there's a lot of crime on Sandy Bay. But if this states something like, because we had two types of grass silage, we had grass silage and then silage grass. If this states one as silage grass, then there might be the difference between the two, I don't know. So this says silage grass. Where are you going? Stay. So we're going to tip to the ground some grass silage, and then we'll tip to the ground some silage grass, and we'll have a look what the difference is. Right, so that is silage grass, which was technically this. So it looks like silage grass is what comes from the field grass, whereas grass silage is just from your normal grass that was originally in the game. So I think that's that. It looks that way. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm 95% certain. So there is a difference between the two. So I've got some clover over here. I think what we'll do over here is we'll mow some of it, and then we'll do some rat bales again. See the difference. Again, I need a mower, so we best throw that in. Let's go with, what's this one? Let's try this. So this is clover, fresh clover, that we're doing right now. Right, so it's picking up the clover. It's actually making quite a lot of it, really. So there's your clover bale. Dark, very dark green, but it looks good. Definitely looks good. I like that a lot. So as it said before, you can have clover, which is just normal clover like that, the clover hay and clover silage. So if we make another one and then wrap it. But I definitely like the idea of clover, especially if it's something that you need to add into the feed mixer. Now, I think it's something that I'll definitely plan on growing, because before you literally just grow grass, and if you wanted to do some chaff, but it came out the exact same as what if you'd put grass in a pit. Now you obviously thinking about the fact that you're going to need a field of some kind of cereal, not to make straw from, and not to obviously sell as crop, but to actually make a feed for your animals, which will be the whole crop silage, which you'll probably mix with some maize silage. And if you want, like you say, you've got a milking herd and you want them to be 100% productive, you're going to have to obviously put whole crop silage with maize silage, and then obviously fresh grass silage. And if you do that with clover silage and whatever else, it obviously adds a lot to the game, and you really are becoming a farm planner. Then you're trying to plan out what fields you've got and what you can grow. This bale is not supported, so it looks like clover can only be fermented in a pit. That's what it looks like. Let's just check if we can, even though on the picture there it looks like it's rolled. I don't know, but it's definitely not supported in this wrapper, so it looks like you can't wrap the bales, which makes me think that if you're baling off clover, yeah, you must just be selling the clover as the bales like that, if you want to sell them, or if you're feeding just clover straight to some kind of animal trough, feeding trough. The silage, though, it looks like you must have to put it in a pit. But if we just drop some in, so you've got clover, I'll drop some of that in. So that's the same that's over there, really good textures. And then if we drop over here some clover hay, and I do like how the see, that looks pretty similar. There's not much difference, maybe a little bit darker, maybe. Yes, it is. It's just a tad darker. Or is it? I don't know. It looks different in a way, I guess. So now if we do clover silage, or fermented clover. Right, so you can see that it obviously now looks like just normal silage. I don't know if there's a different texture with that. It kind of looks the same. But they're definitely, if you're looking at it from this angle, you can see that all three are different. So for me, I'd say that clover can only be fermented in a pit. Right, so I've just had a little play about with the different crops. So this is carrots. That's what the carrot texture is. This is onion. So this is your maize, which I actually think is bang on. Absolutely bang on. That's fresh maize, which is what it looks like. It's quite a thick crop. It definitely looks like that. Definitely. And that's your, obviously, your maize silage. So you can see that it's the fermented version of it. Now, this has confused me. This over here, there was two types. So this was, I'll show you. This clover, as we put down over there with the three clovers. We put clover, and then we put clover hay, and then we put... where are you? So we put clover hay and then we put clover silage. So as I was going through and I was dropping the other ones down, I noticed that there's silage clover as well as silage grass. So there's 2 types of silage clover. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. All I know is I can't wrap a clover bale. So it's got to be something in a pit. And they are different. So that one there obviously looks different to that one there, which was the one that was the first one that we dropped down, which was after the hay. But if I just quickly drop down some of this silage clover next to it, you can see that it's different. So I'm going to have to play about in the game to find out exactly what kind of fermented or silage clover happens. And if I put it in the pit, I'm expecting it to look like that. I'm not really expecting it to look like that. But that also doesn't look like that or that. And that's clover. And that's clover in the game straight, and that's the hay. That's the clover bale. These are oxygen Davids, these are. But going forward, obviously there is a lot of types of feed, so you'd need the feed mixer. I wonder if we just pop one down and see if it states any of the mixes. Right, so as you can see there, it's quite clear what you need. The feed mixing ratios, you'll have to look on actual probably the mod description of Forage Extension to actually look at the ratios that you need. But you can see there that you can put soybeans in, you can put sugar beet in on the lower end, and then you need grass silage, straw is normal, but it looks like you can put hardly any of that in, and then you need whole crop silage that's fermented, and then maize silage. But you can see definitely how I meant by it's changing the game. You know, now instead of just putting silage, grass silage in, and then obviously some hay and straw, there's now no hay, and there's straw, whole crop, maize, grass silage, soybeans and sugar beets, which is right because a lot of farmers in England especially, they'll add sugar beets to the mix, and obviously maize is sometimes added, but mainly whole crop silage is what's added. Depends if they're doing maize silage. A lot of farmers can buy in whole crop anyway. But yeah, from my experience, it's mainly grass silage and whole crop silage, obviously mixed with some sugar beets or something like that. But every farmer's different, and it depends what they can buy, what they can get a hold of, and what they're growing as well. But I like it a lot. It makes the game more realistic. It opens up the game to a lot more thinking and planning. Right, so let's go down to the coast. As we can already see from here, there's definitely waves. So I know that he's added the waves in, and I also know that he's obviously made a few fixes. If you look at the description of the changelog, it tells you that he's obviously fixed a few little bugs and errors. Nothing major. I didn't really find many errors. The only thing I did notice, and the only error that I wouldn't call it an error, but a little blip that I noticed, was the shed that's near where the pits are. If you put anything in there, it kind of sunk a little bit. There was kind of a hole in it, and I know that he's rectified that, which is obviously good. I mean, them waves, look at them. Again, something simple like that makes such a massive difference. Obviously it's not simple to do, I don't have a chance of doing that, but it's something that you might drive past and not even notice. But it definitely makes a difference. I feel like if I get close, there's no waves. Now one's coming. So yeah, obviously looking at that from the distance, it looks amazing, and obviously looking at it there, you can tell that it looks impressive in itself. Oh, I'm stopping the police, let's go. Right, I'm going to leave the video there. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully it was helpful to anyone that wants to see any of the changes in Sandy Bay 1.1, especially with the new crop types, and obviously with the hedges now. Obviously I showed you the hedges. Didn't show you the cutting, but we will do as soon as it's available. But yeah, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if it was helpful, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos on Farming Simulator. See ya.